Okay, so remember this guy. I don't like it when that happens, which is funny because Michelle reached out to me and made a comment about how, you know, like that's how we would attach things when we ran out of yarn. As a beginning knitter, like this brought me relief because I attached yarn this way in order to have more yarn to finish my project. And now that I've been knitting for so long, it like causes a little bit of an irritation to me. Which then I followed up and thought that's probably why I love those scrappy hats I knit so much, because I can tie it off like this and leave them out and not have to worry about these little knots, and I like how they look in the scrappy beanies. Anyway, so I was asking how I handle this. So I knit and left about 8 inches between my knitting and my yarn, and then I continued the yarn about 8 inches and then connected it. So you can see, if you look right here, we've got the 2 ends coming out, and there's a bit of a hole. There's a bit of a hole, a gap there, like bigger than other spots. And I put it in between two knits on the right side. When I'm done with this hat, I'm going to snip this here so the knots are off, and then weave in the ends. And I'll show that when I get to that point. So basically, I'm just treating it as if I had run out of yarn and then picked up my new skein of yarn right in the middle of a project. Typically, I like to wait until, like, I don't know, I'm knitting in the round, so it's not really a big deal. But if I knew this was the front of my hat, I might avoid putting it there. But I'm so confident in weaving in my ends and not being able to see them that I just kind of put it anywhere. If this is a sweater, I would put it I would try to put it on the side, not the front, maybe not the back. I have long hair, so if it's like up high, it might not, but sometimes I put my hair up. So try to get in the side where it's like a little hidden, just in case my craftsmanship of weaving in those ends is not very good, which usually it is very good. I'll show you. Okay, so this is the inside where I have those 2 ends joining. I treated them as 2 ends coming together, but it was this knot. So the first thing I do is cut the knot off. And I put all my scraps, like little scraps like this, in a pile, and then I send them off. And I'll have to drop the name. I don't remember her name right off the top of my head for some reason. Sorry. She chops them up into even smaller bits and then weaves them into yarn. And then I have my own yarn from my yarn scraps. It's kind of cool. Okay. Then I take the one end and weave it onto a tapestry needle. So this is interesting to do on the other side of a camera. Okay. And then I look to see where that yarn is coming from, because remember that created somewhat of a hole that I need to close. So it's coming from down here, and it would have been going that way because it should have been connected to this. So I am gonna follow that down, and I'm gonna go into the next loop below it too. And now the hole is closed and it looks like a purled stitch. And then I'm just gonna weave in these ends, which I have to decide if this is far enough up on the ribbing that I can, actually I'll just do this way anyway. So I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna follow this bump This always reminds me of like rock climbing when you're using a rope, because of how you tie in, you follow the rope around. And then I'm gonna do this tricky number because there's a ribbing here. So kind of getting like more than one lesson right here, more than one trick. Am I supposed to be talking about something while I do this? Or do we just sit in silence and enjoy the process? Maybe don't whisper, that could have been creepy. All right. Oh, gosh. Try not to pull. But that's okay, I'm gonna wiggle it back out. Okay. That end is done. Snip. Let's see how long this scrap is. Oh, it's long enough. It's gonna get tied onto my scrappy hat yarn ball. I guess if I'm gonna be doing this, I'm gonna have to think about like nail care, because I have basically none. I just cut them off and chew on my extra skin there, take it off. All right, no judgments here. We're all humans. Okay, this one is coming from here and would have been going that way. So I'm just gonna follow it and go into the loop below it. I don't know why I do that. I think I found that it makes it less like bulky by spreading it out. So and then we'll just do this number. I mean, because this is the darker yarn, I probably should go the other way, but the only reason I'm not is because this is a ripped brim that gets folded up, and I'm on the inside, which means that this part down here is going to be on the outside. If this was going to stay on the inside, I would take this color yarn here, but as you can see, like, it's hiding in there. You can't really even see it, so it's not even a big deal. And here we go, looping back down. Oh. Now, another tip I learned from someone is to use a felt tipper. I don't actually know what those things are called. This one is not long enough for my scrappy hat, so it's gonna go into my scraps to be made into my own unique yarn. Another tip I learned was to take, I don't know, what is this? A felt pen? As these very sharp tips, and it's used for felting. But I'm gonna, oh gosh, where did my end go? See, it's so good. Oh, there it is. To like kind of felt tip that end. I should probably have like a thing behind there. I have nothing behind there. Just gonna hack at it a little bit. I mean, I don't want to poke it to the other side, which is exactly what I did. That's probably why I need something under there. maybe this ball of yarn. I need to get a makeup look at that. Felt tipped that tip right in there. Where is that other one? Here it is. It's hard to see. Where is it? Right there. A makeup applicator, like for foundation, like sponge. Oh, let me go a little bit here. Is that even it? Yeah, that was it. Okay. Yep. Wait, what? Yep. Cool, right? There. Now my tip's in, not poking out. It's gonna just be fiber stuck there. Should be. I don't want to like felt the hat, but all right, there you go. Let's see what this hat looks like on.